and welcome back to another episode of the Road to the Zelich video series where I chronicle my progress of getting my game into the best form possible for what I consider to be my biggest tournament of the year, which is the Mark Zelich Golf Classic in late July. It is mid-ish May right now, kind of at the halfway point between the start of the season and the Mark Zelich Golf Classic. This week, played a tournament up on the north side of Milwaukee, up in Grafton at Fire Ridge Golf Course. Came in with some good confidence. If you didn't watch the previous episode, spoiler alert, I ended up winning a 2-day event for my first win in a long time. That was very satisfying, played really well. Not only did I play well, actually, I crushed it. I won by 8 shots, probably should have won by more, like absolutely crushed it. It was awesome. Great feeling, satisfying. Coming into this tournament, a lot of confidence. Now, there was a big change. I ended up moving up a flight for this tournament. I didn't have to, but I was like right on the cusp, and talking to the tour director and the scenario and everything, like I figured I'd be moved up eventually, and just made more sense to just get out of the way and move up, so I did. The only bad part is that there's not a whole lot of players in the flights up above C flight, my previous flight. So even though theoretically I'm competing against better players, I'm not playing against as large of a field, and I like playing against larger fields. That was the nice thing about C Flight. So there were only 3 players in this tournament, one of them being me. I was only really competing against 2 other players, which you'd wish it was a little bit more. I'll just put it that way. But still competing, still just trying to play my best, because once again, the end goal is to get my game in the best shape possible for the Mark Zelich Golf Classic. So just getting these tournament reps in, ultimately it really doesn't matter what the field is. And this is a flight that I always envision myself playing in regardless. Like, this is where I feel like I should be if I'm playing my best golf. So we're just gonna get reps playing at this level. That's all it is. This tournament didn't quite play as well as the previous tournament, which that's pretty common in golf. Like, that happens. Driver was great. Driver was awesome all day. Everything else was not so great. Irons weren't terrible. I think the results were worse than maybe the iron shots actually were. Short game was awful. Chipping was awful. Putting, leg putting was bad. I just couldn't get the green speeds right all day. After the long drives or the good driving that I was having, like, to not be able to take advantage of those good drives was kind of frustrating. Hole 13 or 14, I checked the leaderboard and noticed I was like 3 to 4 shots behind. So I figured, okay, at this point, maybe I'm just playing for second place out of the 3 players. You know, let's not finish last. This is basically where I'm trying to go from here to the end of the round. Similar story with my game and scoring, you know, just making bogeys or whatever, just can't put it all together. And then I ended up parring the 16th hole, hit a great drive, had about 50-ish yards to the pin or the middle of the green. It was a tough little pitch shot though. It was kind of up over a greenside bunker, raised green. Got it up there and was able to somehow 2-putt for the par, even though the leg putt was not great. After that, after the 16th hole, I ended up checking the leaderboard once again, and to my surprise, I am now leading by 1 shot. I don't know how this happens. For some reason, the leader just absolutely crumbled on the last couple holes, and they're done with their round. They have finished all 18 holes. I have 2 holes left, 17 and 18. If I par both of them, I win. I was not expecting this scenario, but now I have this opportunity in front of me. Let's go and get it. 17th hole is a par 3. It was downwind, about 170-ish yards. The green slopes from front to back. So with being downwind, it was basically impossible to hold the green. I had a good tee shot, but it didn't hold the green. It goes just into the rough. I know my short game can be good. We just need one. We just need one good chip here, get it to like within tap-in range. Oh, that would be great. I don't get the good chip. It was another poor chip. And now I have like 12 feet for a par. With the way I was putting all day, I wasn't very confident I was gonna make this par putt. Thankfully, it was basically straight up the hill though, so I just needed to get it online and, you know, give it enough speed, and thankfully I did, and it went dead center of the hole. I had my best putt of the day right there on the 17th hole to save the par. I gave a little fist pump after that. I was pumped after that because now I'm going to the 18th hole. A par wins it for me instead of a par forcing a playoff. Been driving it great all day. Just need one more drive. Just one more drive. Please give me one more drive. A couple deep breaths later, a good swing later, and I pipe it. right down the middle of the fairway, have about 100 yards left into the green, with a couple people watching from behind the green, hoping that I would maybe, screw it up and there would be a playoff. But thankfully I hit a good wedge shot, middle of the green. It took a little bit of a slope, got to about 8 feet from the pin, and yeah, I knew at that point I'd won it. Like, I hadn't been putting well all day, but those are mostly leg putts that I struggled with. I knew I could at least 2-putt from 8 feet. I didn't need to 2-putt. I only 1-putted. I got my birdie. My lone birdie on the day comes at the 18th hole. So instead of parring the last 2 holes, I needed to, well, if you want to include the 16th hole, I had to par, par, par. I ended up par, par, birdie. That was super satisfying. Now the week before, when I played really well and won that 2-day event, I crushed it. Like, that was a super satisfying win, got the monkey off the back and everything. This win was a little bit different. I didn't play as well, but I took advantage of an opportunity that came my way. And not only in golf, but any other sport or just life in general, when an opportunity arises and you rise to that occasion and you execute and you get the job done, like, that's a super satisfying feeling as well. These 2 wins, these past 2 weeks, they've come in different ways. One was fairly stress-free, well, pretty stress-free. And then you have this week where, didn't quite play as well, but was able to take advantage of the opportunity, was able to rise to the occasion, overcome any stress, any nerves that I had those last couple holes, to hit good shots, hit an approach on the 18th with some people watching. Like, that was super satisfying as well. Both wins, super satisfying, just in different ways. And yeah, I got this to remember it by. Great little roll I'm on right now. I have a couple weeks off here between now and the next tournament, so we're gonna take these couple weeks here to work on some things, get reinvigorated, rest a little bit, and we'll get back to basically the latter half of this push to the Mark Zelich Golf Classic. We're kind of at the halfway point between the beginning of the season and that tournament. Getting ready for the latter half. The first half was pretty darn good. Runner-up finish and 2 first place. So yeah, pretty good so far. Hopefully we haven't peaked too early. I don't think we have, but gotta keep working. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate that as always. But most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and keep hitting them straight.